Well, folks, look where we are. If this place looks familiar to you, this is the Speckled Trout in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. 2 weeks ago, we were also in Blowing Rock. Notice it's not snowing, and it's a little warmer today, although not warm. It's still a little warmer than what it was then. But we were going to go to the Speckled Trout. We came up here and spent the night on a Thursday. We were going to go to the Speckled Trout. We got here. They had it roped off. They were either, I don't know if they were closed until the season. Maybe they just opened the beginning of March because that was still February. Or maybe they were just doing some renovations. But whatever was going on 2 weeks ago is not going on now. So the Speckled Trout is open. If you remember, we ended up across the street at Mellow Mushroom. We were going on our hike today. Just happened to drive through here, see that it was open. Weren't planning on coming because we didn't know if they would have reopened yet. But when we saw they had, we decided we're going to, after that hike, I'm ready for some trout.
Sounds good to me.
I kind of got turned on to that pistachio trout at the Bullfish in Pigeon Forge. We were looking over the menu here 2 weeks ago from our room, and they had a lot of different ways to get trout. I don't even remember what they were now, but
either, but
every one of them sounded good.
Yeah.
So we don't know what we're getting, except it's probably going to involve trout. But they prepared a lot of different ways. We've never eaten here.
It's their specialty, trout. So
it's their specialty, the Speckled Trout in Blowing Rock. So go with us. All right, they got a little, it's like heated outdoor eating area right here. You walk in. We've never been inside here before. But they do.
They got like water dishes.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you go out of the restaurant, they have a Speckled Trout Outfitters over there. I guess that's where you get some outdoor equipment. I see that they carry the Patagonia brand. You can also book some guided adventures, it looks like, by that sign. So let's talk about what just happened. All right, so let's talk about what just happened. This is probably the only time I've ever heard of this. I've seen places that close after lunch and reopen for supper. I've never seen one that closes between lunch and supper but stays open for appetizers only. Have you?
No.
That's a new one.
No.
So we went in there to sit down. So you say, well, where's the food? Well, we haven't eaten it yet. We went in there to sit down, and again, they were just closed 2 weeks ago, doing some renovation or whatever. So the guy tells us, he says, we're technically closed right now except for appetizers. So it's like, well, are you open or closed? Well, they're open if you want an appetizer. They're not open for anything else. It is what time now?
It is 4 o'clock exactly.
Okay, so he says, but if you want to put a reservation in for 5, we officially open back up for supper. Well, we're kind of hungry, but I guess we decided that we're not going to keep driving up here to do this.
Right.
So, we kind of got our hearts set on it. When we drove by a couple of hours ago and saw it was open, we kind of pretty much decided that's where we wanted to eat. So we're going to leave this video for now. We're going to, I guess, drive over to shops on the parkway or walk the street or something. We've got an hour to kill, but we are going to come back at 5.
We put our names in already.
Yeah,
she said we'll get you right
this review is happening. So one way or the other. But anyway, we just put our name in. She said be back right at 5. So hopefully that'll give us time to look over the menu again and kind of figure out what we want as well.
Yeah.
All right, so stay tuned. All right, so we're going to do something really different now. We're not going to go over to shops on the parkway because we don't want to have trouble finding our parking space. It's a very small parking lot.
There's a lot of people in town.
Yeah, so we're afraid if we go over there and then come back, we're going to have a hard time finding a parking spot. We got a really good one right now, right in front of the restaurant. So what we're going to do, and no, we're not in the handicap. We're the one next over. Yep. We went inside and got a menu and asked them if we ordered an appetizer, could we just go in there now and hang out till 5? She said we could do that. So we're going to look over the appetizer. This is them. And I'm just going to show you, we're going to make use of this time. We're going to show you the menus from the car here because we went in and got one. Rather than having to fight the music over the loudspeaker and put music over this menu part, we're just going to show it to you now. All right, so here, I guess these are appetizers. What's the difference between starters and small bites?
Well, they're not all the same things.
All right, so I guess I misspoke. Those, I guess these are the appetizers here. So We're in the car. Forgive us if this is a little jumpy. We don't really have it on a tripod. And she's holding the menu. All right. Now, I want you to look at the different types of trout you can get here. They source their trout from down in Andrews, which is a good place to go trout fishing, down below Silva and Cherokee area. You can get cracker crusted, almond and cornmeal crusted, blackened, hickory smoked, cilantro marinated, or palomita style. And I'm going to ask them what that is when we go in. Do you know?
Have no idea.
I know a lot of people watching will know, but we're going to know by the time you see this video. So, because I am going to ask about that. There's your sides. Here are your soups. You can get chicken and dumplings, broccoli and cheese, or white bean chili. If you don't want trout, they do have blackened or grilled New York strip, pork loin chop, huntsman meatballs, fieldsman plate, cilantro trout nacho. That sounds interesting. They also have Wagyu burger. I did not remember seeing that a couple of weeks ago. Farm burger, Cuban sandwich, blackened trout po' boy. And the non-alcoholic drinks they have, it looks like they have Coke products. Well, just 4 soft drink options: lemonade, sweet tea, hot tea, coffee. And here are their hours. It is now almost 5. We're going back in now.
For Joshua.
All right, so we are being seated back here in the dining room area. So I'm going to show you that. Okay.
Thank you.
So what is that on the wall there, I guess? Farm fresh. Okay, it shows where they get the trout from. Oh, it shows where they get their the various foods. So the bacon comes out of Winston. Bacon comes out of Boone. Chicken comes out of Winston. The Wagyu comes from Otto. Wow, that's neat right there. I hope I'm picking that up. And then over here, wow, they get the food from all over, don't they? Dandelion greens, huh? Isn't that something? And then the rest of the dining area, there is a step up right here, but I like the inside of it. It's small in here, but I like it. All right, we have placed our orders at the Speckled Trout, and we both went with the option you can choose 1 or 2 sides, or you can add a fillet. We went with the one side option,
and add an extra.
and each of us add an extra fillet. So that means we're going to be trying trout prepared 4 different ways tonight.
Yeah, because
So,
we got
So
different kinds.
tell about yours first of all.
So I got the blackened and the palmetto.
Palomito.
Sorry, you just told me how to say it. I just asked him and I still said it wrong. So that one was, he said it's like South American Mexican spices
Yeah, he said it's like one short shot or one step down
from
from
blackened.
blackened.
So not really.
A
And
little
then,
spicy, but not much.
and then I got a blackened, which is spicy. And then I got the sides, the roasted butternut squash. What else was it? Butternut squash, potatoes,
It's a mixture of butternut squash, carrots,
carrots, and
and sweet
potatoes.
potatoes.
Yeah, so
So
I
I'm
got
not
that.
sure what that's going to look like.
I got a lot of different interesting stuff
They
here.
do. I mean, we could have just got macaroni and cheese or slaw like I usually would get. I would usually get slaw, and since there's different options and I didn't even know what they were, we're just going to try something different. So I got the sweet potato grits for my side, and I got for my 2 trouts, I got one cilantro marinated and one hickory smoked. So I thought those both sounded good.
All of them
We're
sounded
going
good.
to each sample a bite of each other's
Yes.
as well.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we wanted to do it 4 different ways tonight. Okay, the food is out, and this is Shaughnessy's plate. I will say your trout looks much better than mine, so I'm probably going to do a switcheroo if I can get you distracted. But tell us again, that's the Palomita
Yeah, which I'm going to assume is
And
the
the-
top one, and then the blackened.
and then blackened, okay? And there's mine. Still looks good, but I actually think yours looks a little better.
We're going to share.
All right, so we're going to sample everything. So
I'll start with my
That's why I
carrots.
showed you the food. I'm not going to pick the plates up again like I did at Olive Garden. So yeah, hold them carrots up again. At least do that.
Well, this is the sweet potatoes. I'll try it.
Okay. I wish my trout wasn't laying right in the grits.
Carrot.
Where's the butter? Is it just all chunked together? The butternut squash.
Oh, that
and the
must be
sweet
the
potato?
butternut squash.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the sweet potato grits. I like those.
Taste it. You can taste some of mine.
I like those. That's unique, but I like it.
You're gonna try something. I know you're not a big carrot eater, but there's sweet potato and there's butternut squash.
I mean, you know what's that?
Sweet potato.
I want butternut squash.
I do.
Okay. I'll say you tell the difference.
One had peelings.
I like my side better.
Yeah, yours is good. I like that. All right, so I'm gonna try a little piece of the
blackened.
blackened.
Yeah. I wish they had not laid the trout fillets right in the grits. But
Yeah, they do put it over the sides. Ooh, that blackening goes right to the back of your throat.
those grits are good. It's not really like cheese grits. You know, y'all know I usually like sugar on my grits. Yes, sugar on my grits. But these sweet potatoes, it's just mildly sweet. That's good. So let's go cilantro marinated first.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm. It is.
All right, I'm gonna go with the, how do you say the P word again? The
Palometa.
Palometa.
And here will be the hickory smoked.
Which I like that one. Really good. All right, you try mine and I'll try yours.
I like the hickory smoked even better. Cilantro's good. Hickory smoked to me is better. A little bit more full flavored. So here's my impression of the Palometa. If I can get a big enough bite on there.
Yeah, good.
That's good.
I like it.
That is. That's got a good flavor too. I think that and the hickory smoked so far are the most full flavored. Now let me try the blackened. That one's good. But I have blackened fish a lot. That's not really any different than other blackened fish. It's good that way. But I'm going to put the other three ahead of it. I'm going to say, starting from the bottom, the blackened, and I'm not telling you not to get it. It's good. Then the cilantro. And I think between the Palometa and the hickory smoked, that's a toss-up for me. Did you try mine? Go ahead. That's the cilantro there.
Collard greens and
I'm curious your thoughts on that.
It's good. It doesn't have a very strong cilantro taste to it.
Really? Well, get you a piece with cilantro on it.
That's not cilantro. That's I got those too, like little sprouts.
Oh.
And then this is your.
Get you some without the grits all over the bottom of it.
I like the hickory smoked one. That is really good.
I think between my two, it is the best.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a toss-up between that and your Palometa.
Yeah, I think so.
Either one of those would be our recommended. They have more flavor than the others. But I think the cilantro is, I could taste it in there. But anyway. Okay, this is actually after the closeout, so I'm going to put this before it, but I'm going to say something. So I want to let you know, first of all, that this is actually, we're back in the car on our way home. We pulled off because we realized we forgot to show the receipt. And here was the cost of our meal before tip. The tip is actually on here, so we're just holding it up at the top. We usually show you the receipt when we do before the tip. One thing I didn't mention in the closeout that I meant to, and I want to say, was that if there was one negative today, it's that they put my sweet potato grits partially underneath the fish. Wish they wouldn't do that, because fish, has a very distinct flavor, and it imparts flavor to other things. So really like the side, the sweet potato grits, but while sweet potato grits are good, sweet potato fish grits are not good. So if the restaurant does watch this, I would like to ask you to please put the side on the side. That's why it's called a side. And then put the fish beside of it instead of on top of it. So other than that, great experience today. So now stay tuned for the closeout. Just finished up here at the Speckled Trout in Blowing Rock, North Carolina, and the wind is blowing.
I'm gonna hold that.
If that background looks familiar, that is the Mellow Mushroom that we were just at 2 weeks ago. So we're going to do our closeout in not exactly the same spot, but real close to it. First time eating here. We were not expecting to eat here today. We did not know that they would be open because they were closed 2 weeks ago. We drove by on our way to hike. They were open. So we came back, decided we wanted to eat. We were told we had to wait an hour for them to reopen back up for main courses. So we did. Anyway, start us off. Tell about your experience today.
The food was delicious.
Wind's not blowing now. You can probably let go of that.
So the food was really good. The roasted vegetables, they were good. He did say like the carrots would have some firmness to them. That wasn't like overly crunchy or anything, but yes, the firmness was still there. I chose the Meadow.
You're standing on the other side of me. Shield you from it a little bit so your hair at least stays.
The hair's a little wild today.
My hair don't move as much as hers does in the wind.
Well, we also hiked earlier in the wind, so yeah, it's a little anyway. But the palmetto fish was amazing. That was my absolute favorite. Second would be his. He got a hickory smoked fish. That was delicious. My third, which was mine, was the blackened fish. Delicious. The cilantro, I told him I couldn't really taste the cilantro, but he made a good point saying I was eating spicy stuff. It could be that I just couldn't really.
Yeah, you tried the more flavorful ones first.
Yes. But we tried 4 different kinds. They were all delicious. I enjoyed it. It's a nice little, restaurant inside. They've got a little patio.
I would suggest a reservation if you come, especially on the weekend for supper.
And then they have outside seating here. They have like a whole little area where you could sit outside. But obviously it's not warm enough for that yet. But
they got an enclosed patio. Yeah, that is heated. But yeah, sitting out here. Yeah, today's not the day you'd want to do that.
But it was good and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
I would.
All right. So would I. We decided today to, instead of getting 2 sides and just 1 piece of fish, the fish fillets were pretty thin. So we wanted to try as many as we could. So we each added a fillet to our meal and opted for 1 side. I will say my cheese grits, sweet potato grits were pleasantly, surprisingly good. I would get that side again when I come back here. Just a hint of mild sweetness, and then they taste about like what they sound like, sweet potato grits. You can kind of taste the sweet potato, but it's in grits. And I thought, what did you think of those?
I thought they were good. They were good.
I did too. So I did get the hickory smoked trout and the cilantro marinated trout. Of those 2, I like the hickory smoked better. So then, of course, we tried some of each other's. I tried hers. So my order, did you put the cilantro at the bottom?
Yes, I did.
I think we would agree on everything except maybe the bottom 2. I think we would both agree. I first put yours as a toss-up with my hickory smoke. After eating a little bit more of both of them, I'm going to put yours ahead of that palmetto. I think that was probably the most flavorful, followed really closely by the hickory smoked. It was a hard decision, to be honest with you. So those are the 2 best ones. Then I would put the cilantro third and the blackened fourth. But overall, all of them were good. And I would recommend this place, and I can see us coming back here again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So we'll just have to know that not to come at 4. So,
yeah.
All right. So if you
they do have a lunch menu, by the way.
Okay.
They do have one.
We didn't show that.
Check it out online. Yeah, they didn't have it on the same one, but they do have it posted somewhere. I saw outside.
Okay. All right. Yeah, right downtown Blowing Rock at the corner of 321 and 221. Easy to find. So Speckled Trout Cafe. If you like this video, like and subscribe.
Give it a thumbs up and follow us on Facebook.
Have a wonderful day.